Does Islam allow child marriages? Now, the argument that is used, brothers and sisters, is very simple. If your Prophet, peace be upon him, married Aisha at 6 and consummated the marriage at 9, would you, this is a question that's asked was, would you allow your 6-year-old daughter to get married and consummate the marriage at 9?
قديش عمرك؟
هلا 10.
هلا عمرك 10 سنوات؟ بتروحي على المدرسة؟
لا.
انت بأي صف؟
أنا ثالث.
مين طلعك من المدرسة؟
خطيبي أحمد.
انت مخطوبة؟ قديش عمره أحمد؟
ما بعرف.
قديك؟
لا.
أحمد كبير أو صغير؟
طويل.
مساء الخير أحمد.
اهلا وسهلا.
مين بيكون محاسن؟
خطيبتي.
قديش عمرك أحمد؟
أنا 25 سنة.
عمرك 25 سنة. ومحاسن عمرها 10 سنين. قديش كان عمرها لما تعرفت عليها؟
هي شي 8 سنين.
كان عمرها 8 سنين لما تعرفت عليها.
يعني هلا فيك تقول فايتة بال 11.
كيف تعرفت عليها؟
يعني في قربة بيناتنا.
في قربة بيناتكم؟
ايه.
الزواج أيمتى؟
الزواج بس لتكبر شوي.
يعني أيمتى؟
شي سنة بس تصير هيك شوي كبيرة بالدرجة.
شو بيختلف من هلا عمرها 10 سنين لبعد سنة؟ شو ممكن يختلف؟
يختلف كثير.
شو نفتك أحمد بطفلة عمرها 10 سنوات؟
أنا بيكفيني مربيها.
You know what you're using? You're a man. You're a man. You're not a woman. You're a grown man. Hang on. You're a grown man. You're not a child. You have never in your life experienced being penetrated, have you? Well, but you've never in your life. So think about what it's like being penetrated when your body is not ready for it.
I can't feel that.
Yeah, but that's your problem. Because you're not putting yourself in her position. You're putting yourself in the position of a man that's doing it. Think about the woman, bro. Think about the child.
For example, in this day, there's some 9-year-old that has to speak.
What? What was that?
You do that?
No, what I'm trying to say is, you say a body's, what you call a woman's body is very mature, that different, right?
There's so many of them.
You're different in
I can't. He's living. I don't accept you. Let me tell you something. I just showed you the headline. Yemeni child bride dies at the age of 8 due to internal injuries from her first night of marriage.
I'm saying that's
Like, come on, bro. Like, of course it's wrong. Why are you defending this shit? I'm saying, I'm telling you, I'm emotional. A child died because she was penetrated too much by a grown man, and here you are telling me, oh, it's fine.
Now the question is the following: does Islam allow child marriages? Now, the argument that is used, brothers and sisters, is very simple. If your Prophet, peace be upon him, married Aisha at 6 and consummated the marriage at 9, would you, this is a question that's asked was, would you allow your 6-year-old daughter to get married and consummate the marriage at 9? Now, they think that they've got us, and we're like, oh my gosh, how are we going to get out of this? Yeah? Not really, because the thing is, we've got a beautiful answer which actually shook so many Christian hate-mongering apologetics, even David Wood, so much to the core that he actually got so irritated that there's an answer for this. So, here's the answer, which is going to be a big slap across their face. We follow the Prophet, peace be upon him, and we believe he was the best mankind, best human to walk this earth. And we follow all his prophetic traditions to the best of our ability. Does this contradict? That's the question here. Does it contradict that? Now, in this very argument, I'm going to answer it a few ways, because there's a lot of fallacies that have been made. There's the fallacy of presentism, there's a fallacy of anachronism, and there's a fallacy to appeal to novelty fallacy. Yeah, these three fallacies in a nutshell is telling you that how you are comparing something that happened 1400 years ago to today. It's like me saying, for example, the Romans. Why did the Romans travel, or the Bedouins, or whoever it may be, travel so far distances on camels? Why didn't you just get a Ferrari? You know, it's that kind of fallacious reasoning that we're dealing with here, to think that the people back then were stupid dumb because you have some privileges today and new moral compasses or whatever it may be, which is shifting every second, and now you're judging the past with them, you know.
Inbreeding continues to account for a significant proportion of marriages among the Arab populations. Consanguinity is recognized in many studies as a significant factor affecting the health of the individual over several generations and poses a real public health problem this systematic review was conducted to identify the detriment of consanguineous marriage among Arab populations published in the literature. Next one, please. In clinical genetics, a consanguineous marriage is most commonly defined as a union between couples related as second cousins or closer, equivalent to a coefficient of inbreeding in their progeny. Consanguineous marriages have been adopted for centuries. Currently, they are practiced by more than 1 billion of the world's population, with rates reaching 20 to 50%, particularly in Muslim countries of North Africa, Middle East, Central Asia, and most parts of South Asia, and traverse the belt running from Pakistan to Afghanistan to east to Morocco in the West. Among the major populations surveyed, the highest rates of inbreeding marriages have been observed in the Arab world, which stretches from Iraq to the Gulf states in the east to Morocco and Mauritania, and the Atlantic coast of North Africa in the west. Cognitive ability tests are widely assumed to measure maximal intellectual performance and predictive associations between intellect, quotient, basically IQ scores, and later mental health problems. Very few epidemiologic studies have been done to demonstrate the relationship between familial inbreeding and most cognitive impairments in children. Objective: we aim to estimate the effects of inbreeding on children, cognitive behavior, and comparisons with non-inbred children. Last slide, please.
Let's go.
The results is that we found significant decline in a child's cognitive abilities due to inbreeding and high frequency of mental retardation amongst offspring from inbred families. The mean differences were reported for inbred as compared to non-inbred children. The higher risk of being mentally retarded was found to be more obvious among inbred categories, corresponding to the degree of inbreeding, and the same amounts least for non-inbred children. Brother, we got a lot of inbreds running around. Your best friend comes to you and says, hey, I've got a 6-year-old daughter. You know her, don't you? Marry her. So what are you going to say?
I feel like I should reach the...
You was considering marrying a 6-year-old girl. Potential child molester. Potential child molester here.